Be indifferent. To be indifferent, you need to keep your emotions in check, don't react to his triggers, and preserve your dignity. So how do you keep your emotions in check? Well, it's so important because it really gives you the advantage when you are dealing in a breakup situation. Because when you act emotionally, your ex will become aware of three things. One, that you care more than he does. Two, that he's in control of the entire situation. And three, he will know how to use your weaknesses against you. So instead, you need to knock him off that pedestal. Wearing your heart on your sleeve is not going to benefit you right now. You need to become indifferent because he's not used to seeing you in control of your emotions, especially during this breakup period. And if he can't figure out why or how you are dealing with this and what you are feeling or thinking, it automatically gives you leverage. And he won't have that reassurance about your interest level in him. So this hooks him because he doesn't have the grip on you that he's used to having or used to seeing. So by not caring that much, you are making it clear that maybe he isn't as unique as he thought. And what man doesn't want to feel special, right? So your emotion shows him that you can be manipulated. And if you are not transparent about your emotions, that means that he cannot manipulate you because he doesn't know how. So when you are neutral and indifferent, suddenly you are a challenge. And men love a challenge. They are instinctive hunters. They want to pursue. They want to chase. They want to win. So he will have to then convince you of how special he is because you've pulled back. So don't let your emotions get the best of you. As hard as it is, you need to stay calm, cool, and collected. Your ex is already confused and panicked, and he's already acting out of character. So if you have self-control during this breakup, and if you are super neutral and super calm, it will spook him in a way. He'll start to wonder why you are behaving this way, and you will constantly be on his mind because he just won't be able to figure you out. So the more self-control you have, the more he will be attracted and gravitate towards you because he expects tears, pleading, begging, hurtful words, full-blown emotion and anger. And he can use this against you by saying, you see, that's why I broke up with you. So he actually wants to see that emotion because it will justify his decision. It will justify his deceit. It will justify his disrespectful behavior. But if you don't give him that, he can't use it against you. So this is probably one of the most important things that you need to take away from this course. And that is, you need to be aware of your emotions and you need to control them, especially in front of him or when you are communicating with him, because it really determines everything. The second step would be don't react to his triggers. Whoever said that men are simple and don't like mind games was definitely a man, because that is not true. Men love mind games. He will test your power, he will test your flexibility, and he will test your strength, because how you react is going to determine if he dominates the relationship still, if he's dominating the breakup. And this is especially true during a breakup. This is when a man will tend to manipulate you more and try and push your buttons and try and trigger you because he needs that validation that you still care, that you are still interested. So the first button he might press is that he might act like a jerk. The goal for the testing process is to really just figure out what your trigger buttons are and if they are the same as before the breakup. So he knows you really well, and he's thinking, okay, well, I'm going to use the same strategies I used when we were dating, and I'm going to see how she will react. Because chances are, if she reacts the same way, her interest level is at the same place. So he might make a comment about your outfits, or joke about your cooking skills, or something about the way that you look. He might tease you. He's really just trying to see how you react, see if you become upset, see if he still has that hold over you. And he will do things and say things to upset you, because seeing you angry gives him that reassurance that you still care. Because if he wasn't able to trigger you, it means that you would be losing interest. So the way you react to him pushing your buttons lets him know how much you still care. And he wants to see, will she play along? Will she laugh it off? Will she cry? Will she become emotional? And men are used to banter, and this is the way that they communicate with each other. So this is what I mean by he's not thinking about doing it. It's just coming naturally to him. It's how he determines what you feel. And every action that he has, you will give him a reaction, and that will send a message to him in terms of what you are feeling for him. So how do you handle it? If he's going to push your buttons and try and upset you and say something that he knows will make you emotional, what do you do? Well, it's so important that you just do your best to stay calm, and you need to have a comeback. And what I mean by a comeback is, if he's teasing you, it's his way of treating you like a partner, like an equal, like someone that he still has a hold on, someone that he still has a relationship with. So he will do that to determine if he still has that banter with you. Now, it's so important to call him out on it if he says or does something that upsets you, but you need to do it in a way that lacks emotion. And you do that by either using humor, or laugh it off, in the sense of, okay, let's think of an example. Okay, let's just say he says to you, I really don't like your outfit, or you've been dressing differently since we've broken up. Then your comeback would be to turn around and say, well, it's a good thing you're not wearing it, or something like, well, you no longer get a vote in what I wear. So you are putting him in his place, but you are not doing it in an emotional way. So normally, if he had said something to you, maybe you would say, that's really hurtful. Why do you have to be so cruel? Or you would go and change your outfit, or you would stop doing what you were initially doing that he commented on. So he's testing to see how much control he has over you. So it's important to stand up for yourself, but you need to do it in a way that he interprets as banter, yet still showing that you are strong and confident and assertive. Because then he'll think, okay, well, she's become cheeky. She's got fire since the breakup. And what man doesn't like their flame ignited, right? So he's going to watch how you carry yourself. He's going to see if you are a pushover or if you are a warrior. And he's going to worry if you show him that you have a backbone, if you show him that you are now assertive, if you show him that you are standing up for yourself and that you are no longer a doormat. That's going to make him recognize that you are a lot stronger than he anticipated, and that you are able to move on. The next button that he might press is he tries to make you jealous. This is a classic response from all men, all exes, and it's coming. If it hasn't already, it's going to happen. So I want you to just mentally prepare yourself that he is going to do this. And the thing is, men know that women are extremely competitive with other women, and especially when it comes to gaining the attention of a man that we're interested in. So when you get upset, it reassures him that you still care, and that you still care a lot, because you feel like you need to compete with someone for his attention. So in his eyes, your reaction says you feel he is special. And if he's trying to make you jealous, he's testing to see how you're going to respond. If you become emotional, insecure, or upset, that's not what you want. You need to be confident, because that sends out a different message about your value and worth. You want him to view you as a prize. You want him to view you as a dream girl. You want him to view you as the catch, and to view you as being irreplaceable. So it's very important that you show him through your assertiveness that no one can compete with you. You don't need to compete with another woman. Girls with game do not compete, because there is no need to. We know our value, we know our worth, and there's no need to compete with someone else. So that's the message you need to show. You need to be really confident about your worth and value. And he might go overboard with his displays of affection and or interest in someone else, and he's going to do it because he knows you will pick up on it. So he's testing you on purpose. So just be aware of that. I mean, I can just think of so many examples that my clients have experienced, or I myself experienced. Things like public displays of affection with another woman when you are present, or tons of photos being plastered on social media. I had a client that her ex changed his wallpaper of his phone and left it there for her to see. Befriending any good-looking woman on Instagram or Facebook, or that he went to school with, or that he hasn't spoken to you for years. Publicly speaking to an ex on social media, so like commenting, liking their pictures, being overly flirtatious with someone else in front of you, flirting with your best friend, texting your best friend, complimenting other women, saying someone else has made him happy, or that he wasn't happy with you, or just hooking up with as many women as possible. I mean, the examples are endless. I can go on and on and on and on. But it is a fact that he will try and push your button by making you jealous. So just be aware of that, and don't fall for it. You need to just really be strong in the sense that you do not compete, you are not interested, and who cares if he's flirting? You need to pretend like you haven't even noticed. So his third button would be that he will challenge your power. And this is a tricky one, because your position of power in this breakup is based on your reactions to his actions. And he's going to push your buttons. We've established that he's going to try and trigger you. So if someone wants you to jump and you automatically say how high, then your reactions are determining that their position is above yours. He might do something or say something that he knows is going to make you feel vulnerable or insecure, or go out of your way and overcompensate to get his affection again. So you need to just be aware that this is something that he will do. He's going to test you, and he has no right to expect anything from you. Yes, he probably relied on you for things. Maybe you would go to his parents' house, or help out with the dogs, or help him with assignments for work, or drop him off somewhere. I mean, I'm sure there's something that you do for him that he relied on you for, but he doesn't get that anymore. Okay, he made the decision to break up with you, or force you to a place to break up with him. So that benefit's gone now. And I know you miss him, and I know that you want to show him that you are the perfect girlfriend and that you are an asset in his life. But doing him favors is not going to make that happen. It's going to have the opposite effect. Show him that life might not be great without you. So you need to remove yourself, and you need to let him feel the consequences of his actions. Preserve your dignity. The biggest mistake women make is sleeping with their ex in the hope of getting them back. And women do this because they want to try and make a man remember the passion that they shared as a couple. But ex-sex is just that, sex. Okay, a man doesn't need to be emotionally invested in a woman in order to be intimate with her. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have feelings for you or that he no longer loves you, but it's really important to remember that sex for a man and sex for a woman are very different things. And it doesn't mean that if he wants to be intimate with you, he's emotionally attached to you. So this will actually make things worse for you, because not only will you feel confused, this will lead you to feel even more heartbroken and humiliated, and it will actually put him more off you. Okay, so you might think that it is convincing him that you are someone he really wants to be with, or that you have an amazing connection, but actually it's putting him off of you, and he's losing his respect for you. So you don't want to go from girlfriend or wife or fiance to booty call. No, he shouldn't get that benefit from you if you are no longer his partner. So it's really important to remember that a girl with game is never easy, ever, and especially after a breakup. And I know you might be thinking, well, I played hard to get in the beginning. He was my boyfriend or husband. We've slept together loads of times, so why can't I now? But sex didn't prevent him from breaking up or hurting you, and it's not going to get him back. So not only will it complicate everything, but it will also make you feel used and disrespected. And you really don't want that. You don't want to become a desperate woman throwing yourself on a man who's rejected you. If you think about it, the only way he should get that benefit of sex from you is if he commits and if he's up for giving things another go. Just because he wants to sleep with you doesn't automatically mean that he wants to get back together with you. And this is your time to remind him that you are a woman who respects herself. You are different. You are classy. You take your dignity very seriously, and you will not offer your mind, body, and soul to someone who's not committed to giving you the same. And I understand that you love him, and I understand that you had a relationship with him, but at this moment, he is not your boyfriend or your partner. So he's not worth giving up your dignity for. He has to earn that benefit, earn that trust, and earn that closeness again.